and welcome to the first of many videos where we will discuss some well-known and not so well-known films, movies, motion pictures, or whatever you want to call them. Films are a visual medium. I'm not saying that you forgot, but I'm just saying. And while it seems straightforward, like all art forms, it can sometimes transcend from what you see. A painting can portray meaning and structure that the artist wishes to convey to its audience. Some art are not so obvious, and it's up to us, the viewers, to catch the hints and its messages. A movie that is purely visual will be presented differently than a movie that is story-driven. And I'm afraid the latter types of movies are overlooked and neglected. I understand that there are some movies where you take it as it is, and there's nothing wrong with that. A Marvel movie is eye candy for our overgrowing nerd and geek culture. If you haven't noticed, I'm one of you. But what I would like to discuss in these series of videos are the movies that are not too straightforward and not aesthetically known for their visuals, but for their stories and their ideology. An example is a romance film. It exists because of love, a generally relatable thing that we all experience as human beings. But if you've never experienced love, that just sucks. Comedy flicks are made because they touches on humor. No matter what genre of movies you watch, it triggers a thought and emotions in all of us. And these are the goals of this series of videos. We will tackle a movie and discuss its story and its messages. I know what you're thinking, messages? What are you talking about? They're just movies. Yeah, but let's try to put it this way. Is storytelling with morals should only be bound to the confines of a book? Motion pictures is a medium in which we all can appreciate, but really take it for granted. I understand these can be subjective and each individual can have their own interpretations and their own take. But I will try to keep it as general as possible. So why am I doing this? Well, I just love movies. When I was growing up, we didn't have a movie house right next to us. We generally watch movies on tape. That's right, tape. Or we just happened to stumble one on cable. And this was in a different country. We didn't have English movies. We didn't have the luxury of it. And when I was in college, a friend and I would go and watch movies relentlessly. And we would discuss about it afterwards, which is fun. So I'm kind of doing this on a much more larger scale, and you as an audience. And I think it would be interesting. Before we get started, I want to set some ground rules. Sometimes when you open up the floor for discussions, or in this case, the internet, it can get messy really fast. And the internet is well known for being so organized. So rule number 1, take the movie as it is. I know a lot of movies are based on books, but we will only reference the final product that is the movie. In terms of how the approach is from a literary and a visual standpoint, these are two different mediums, so we can't really compare. Writing is an art form in itself, but so are films. How the same story is being told in a different medium is relative to its creator. Plus, we understand that movies have a budget. They have to produce a result within a limited resource. It's like asking J.K. Rowling to write The Half-Blood Prince with only 300 pages. It's a bit unfair. Rule number 2, be open-minded. Now, there would be times where you would butt heads with someone in the discussion boards, but here's the thing. We want to create a discussion. One person's interpretation is as valid as the other. So be open-minded. Have a discussion, a friendly one, and avoid trying to use a string of expletives. Little keyboard warrior. Rule number 3, have fun. In this day and age, we often over-criticize everything. Well, don't. Just have fun. You won't lose anything if you just watch these movies. Just have fun. So, where would we begin? Let's start with the 1968 film starring Charlton Heston, Planet of the Apes. For those of you who haven't seen it, it's like, wow, 68? Why that movie? But for those of you who have seen it, you're like, oh, I know where he's going with this. So, whether you've seen it or not, I think it would be fun. And I hope I'll see you again next week. So watch it, and I'll see you next week. Peace.